Welcome to episode 6 of Dragon's Den. It is I, Dragon's Fury, aka Shadow, aka Show, aka at this point you should already know. Again, I have Infernal with me.
Up.
And in the void, we have a illustrious werewolf who may or may not put some input, so don't get scared if he shows himself. So this episode is going to be a Reddit-driven episode. We're going to go into the gaming thread and just see what fun we can find there, because they know how to say a bunch of things and all things that are on their mind at any given time. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, here's a fun one. What is a game that you regret buying?
Cyberpunk.
Oof. Now was this drop or was this later after drop?
This was a little while after it dropped because I had got it for Christmas, and unfortunately it was on the console. So, like, I know on PC, like currently the game runs a lot better now on PC, but on console it still lags, gets a lot of frame drops, unfortunately. So, yeah, like I was hoping to give it more of a chance, but yeah, no, the game has not redeemed itself.
Though it didn't cost me money, Assassin's Creed China, fucking ripoff.
Yeah, because that was the one that was the side scroll one, right?
Yeah, that was a 2.5D side scroller.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
It
ripoff.
looked interesting.
For about 2 minutes, and then you realize the whole game is just that. You can't do anything that was Assassin's Creed. You're just
Yeah,
around.
I feel like they were. I feel like that one they were trying to like get on the hype of like Super Meat Boy or something.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't have any, really, too many that I
Let's see what.
regret buying.
Let's see. I mean, if we want to go for one that like now, if we were to choose a game that we regret buying, like we went into it wholeheartedly wanting to play it, uh, and like but not including any bugs or anything. So like not the Cyberpunk situation. Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Wait, what?
Like Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Oh.
I regret getting that one because the mechanics in Five Nights at Freddy's 4 were to me completely well they I mean to everyone was completely different from the first three. Whereas like the first three, you have a camera, you can have some inkling as to where the animatronics are. Four, you gotta completely rely on sound, and most of the time, sound was your enemy.
Yeah, it
Like
does
I
seem
think I
like
got
that would be the case.
yeah, yeah. So I got to like night two, and like at first it was scary, and then after a while it started pissing me off. I'm like, okay, nope, I regret getting this. Any
No.
like that for you?
Um. I'm trying to, because the reality is, if there were, I deleted them immediately, and so
Fair
I've
enough.
just removed them from my brain. So I'm like trying to think. Uh, it it was fun while it lasted, but like I was not able to progress in it for shit. Crisis 3. That shit was
I
just
heard,
fucking hard for me.
yeah, I heard that one got some mixed reviews.
Um, like it was very fun while it lasted, but like I said, it was just it was rough. And I'm also not really good at like those kind of games in general, where you have to like be more strategic and with limited resources. That's why I'm absolute dog shit at Thief. Yet you
I think
got
I
Mermaid Queen being the upsetting goddess at it, which is beyond me. For someone who does not have the spatial awareness when I'm around in Fortnite, yet
yeah.
somehow can silence 5 people from across the way and she knows the exact movement patterns of the goddamn guard dogs is beyond me. She would never be able to tell me or convince me otherwise that I think she just plays worse when I'm around because she just thinks that I am going to keep her out of trouble. Even if I'm not playing the game. I don't know. It just seems like I said, she's freaking phenomenal in that game, whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. She was doing shit I didn't even know could be done yet. Like, what? Because I didn't get far at all in that game. And I'm just like, oh, so this is what the rest of the world looked like in this game. That's what it was supposed to look like. Oh, cool.
Got it. It reminds me of doing the multiplayer in Assassin's Creed Unity.
That was a mistake and a half.
Yeah, like specifically with well, you had these issues too, but mostly Sacred, where because like when as you know, when I play Assassin's Creed, I actually try to be as stealthy as possible and like make sure I am not seen. You weren't too bad. I do remember there were a couple times that you got turned around and ended up running into a bunch of guards.
Yeah, I was hella lost. Hella
yeah,
lost.
no, it's like I'm just like trying to like I'm right at a corner. All of a sudden, I just look over and you're like doing circles. I'm like, oh, the moment I will always remember is Sacred. Like I'm in a hay barrel, just trying to plan our pathing. All of a sudden, I just hear in the distance, "Help me!" Turn around and I see Sacred run by my hay barrel and get chased by every guard in the building. I could not stop laughing because I'm just like this idiot.
Yeah, no, it's that. Another thread I see here that seems to be fun is the thoughts on the state of gaming being that you have to download a humongous game, and they use like the example of like a 75 gigabyte game to then download another 75 gigabyte update.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It's like I understand for like games that have like online capabilities. Well, by that I mean like they have an online version. So for example, like Xbox games, if you have I guess Game Pass. Like if you have Game Pass, like and you have a physical version of the game, you can take the physical version out and play it through the online version. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's like if you have the physical copy, just leave all the data on the disc and keep the update on the console or something.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. See, what I don't understand is its need to basically take up double the space it normally would. That's what pisses me off about these large updates. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I gotta put all these files on, fine. But don't tell me that it requires, like, for numbers expanding, it requires 75 gigabytes. I have 100 available, and then you tell me I can't download it because you're trying to double the amount of space needed just to put the freaking game on there. I'm like, but why? Like, what is happening? Because I remember being the age I am where you could download it within the amount it said it would on the like case. If it said it took 100 gigabytes, that's all you needed. No more, no less. But now it happened to me recently on my PS4 when I put ESO on it. And I was doing an update for Apex. It told me I couldn't put Apex on there. And I was like, but why? You don't need that much space. And it was like, oh, it was this. And I'm looking in the storage and I'm like, oh, okay, I have like 90 left for this. And I'm like, cool, like that's more than enough for this, because I haven't played Apex. I wasn't playing Apex for how long. So it was multiple updates. So it was like 75 gigs or whatever. And it was like, okay, and so I'm like going through them, this whatever, and so I'm like looking stuff up, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is it constantly telling me that this thing is failing to update? And So I freaking look it up, and they're like, "Oh, you need double the space for the game for it to download." I'm like, why? Why are
It's
you
all the
putting
it's all
two
those
games worth of?
fixes.
But why am I putting on another game worth of data
Right.
temporarily? Temporarily, not even permanently. Like, it's one thing that it's like, oh, I'm actually putting on all this extra data on there and it's staying there. No, it's temporary because I'm still not taking up all the space, but I need that amount of space for it to do the shit it's doing. I don't understand computers. I will never understand computers, but this is some bullshit.
Those updates be hitting hard.
Horseshit. Uh, that just absolutely infuriating. Let's
Yeah,
see. What
no,
else? What did other people say about what games that they regretted? I mean, there's a lot here. This massive backlog.
uh,
Someone said Saints Row reboot.
oh, that's right. I remember hearing that they rebooted the Saint Rose series.
And I didn't even.
I, God, I dabbled in the Saints Row series. Like I think it was like Saint Rose 4, just because it became free on Xbox Live. Like it was an interesting game, but I had no idea what was going on. Like if there was a story, I can't really. It's like 1 second you're skydiving, next thing you're president. It's like wait, what?
How does oh, this one hits hard. Marvel's Avengers and Anthem.
Oh, Anthem was so good.
Anthem was, and I stand by this statement. The hype is what killed Anthem.
Yeah,
People's conception of what they thought it was going to be, even though there was no reason for that. It was just the fact that Anthem came around when Destiny was really popping off, but not in the fashion that people wanted because it was D2. And everyone
yeah,
was
the
like,
beginning of D2.
so it's like beginning of D2, but all the the original Destiny fans aren't happy about the way
Nope.
D2's going. So they're like, oh, blah, 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 whatever reasonings X, Y, and Z third. Then you have Anthem coming saying that, oh, we're giving you these new things, you know, this open world, like different types of, you know, mechs with like different play styles, which, you know, is this what's supposed to have happened with Destiny, with like your warlocks, your hunters, and your titans, where it was supposed to be different playstyles and not just, hey, I have different powers, everyone can still be a freaking tank.
Yeah.
Kind of defeats the purpose of having different classes if they're still going to have the same capabilities as each other. But I digress from Destiny thing, and that mixed with the I the ideology of like, oh, new game is going to be, you know, like space, we have exosuits, there's this, that, blah, 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 whatever, together made people think Anthem was going to be a better Destiny. Yeah, it was going to be the Destiny killer. It was going to be what we wanted from Destiny, but we didn't get. No, they didn't say it was going to be anything like that. You idiots thought it would be. And then when it wasn't, you got mad. And
It's
so,
like
what?
I feel like it was partially that, but also the content that was in the game at the time. Because, like, once you beat the main story, because I think there was like a little bit after the main story to do, but afterwards, like, it kind of felt kind of like dry.
But there was
Which I think,
enough of the main story that if you weren't a sociopath and freaking grinded it out in like 3 nights, it
yeah,
was fine. Like, if you hopped in, you did like one mission, you go flying around, you dick around with friends, you go play dress up with each other, go do some of the public events or whatnot, you were content for a couple hours, right? But it's the people who, and this is not just
that rushed it.
yeah, this is for any game of like a story or whatever, where the mark of how much worth it is based off of, it was like, oh, it's like, you know, 20 hours of playtime. I was like, yeah, and you fuckers are doing it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh yeah, it's only like 10 hours of play. I'm sorry. Spread out on a excessive time frame, even in my eyes, of playing like for an hour of a story like based driven, like a story driven game, playing an hour at a time every day is still over a fucking week.
Yeah.
That's still a lot of time you are spending to this. But on average, you should just be playing like 30 to 45 minutes, because the reality is, most games we play piss us the fuck off, and we just stop.
Yeah. League of Legends being one example.
League is only still here because I'm a whore for cosmetics and I have nothing better to play. And by nothing better, I mean they took Paragon away from me, and League
Again.
is the only thing that's left. Yes. They've they've taken away from me at least 4 times over now, and I'm tired of believing that I will have my game back.
Yeah.
I'm a
Hey, you should
sad
go.
old man when it comes to this game.
Well, you should be a sad old man on the ocean. Join us back in the Sea of Thieves.
No, that shit gives me
Okay.
motion sickness. Like, I literally can't look at that game because of, it's the same reason why I can't play Minecraft for too long. It's high def, low quality. Really fucks with my equilibrium. Like,
That's
you.
fair.
Like, it's a problem.
But yeah, going back, like one game, like for example, like speed running games to like play the entire story and then just be done with it. One example I can use from the most recent game, Hogwarts Legacy. Anyone listening to this, like if you have your own opinions, keep it to yourself. I really could care less. Like with Hogwarts Legacy, like I saw some people like completing the game within like 20, 30 hours. Like I'm at 34 hours, but I've been taking my time just exploring and just like having fun. Like it's a great game. I really hate all the hate that's going around just because of J.K. Rowling. It's like she's a bitch, but it's like the game has nothing to do with her.
That leaks over in the same in the realm of like other stuff. Like, the the general sphere of society of people, like that sphere that I deem people, don't understand the concept of separating the creator or inspiration from the actual product or like story or whatever is the result of it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain circumstances where one and the other are the same. But you need to analyze the situation to determine if that is the case. For example, if you have an artist who is an A grade asshole, but their music is still enjoyable, this whatever, okay, fine, whatever. You don't have to like enjoy, the music, but you can't be like, oh, the music's trash because of this, that, and the other, when in reality it's not. You're just mad at the person, and that's fine. You don't want to support someone that you don't feel like deserve your support. That's fine. But you can't say that the music is not good because of the person who made its personality instead of the actual things that make up music. So like the melody, the lyrics, the energy that's put into it. That's what you judge music on. People don't understand this concept. Same with video games. The content in the game, the design of the game, the play of the game, not the fact it came from someone that currently is not liked. Fuck off.
Yeah, and it's like all like this group of people that like seriously, like they're freaking idiots. It's like just going around saying it's like, oh, if you played this game, like you're you're against like the LGBT community. It's like no, they aren't. Like they just want to play a video game. Like that's what it's coming down to. It's like they love the Harry Potter universe. They finally made a high def, really good looking game and fun game at that. And like they just want to have fun. Like I've been seeing like various like content creators like getting like hate rated or various stuff like just because of the whole uh Hogwarts Legacy thing. And, like it's pissing me off with how much people are getting like just
On a sidebar, we have the illustrious Tacita have graced us with our presence. Welcome to the
Call
show.
me. call me 40 gigs the way I installed that much RAM into my computer today.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
But yes, welcome to the stream.
Oh, you're
um,
streaming right now?
yes, we are
I,
recording an
I,
episode right now. Welcome.
Yeah.
Ah.
yeah, that's why I figured I should say something before anything.
Just don't say anything reckless. It's fine.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say something really upsetting, but
Yeah,
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Well, I mean, you
How
can chime in on-
upsetting. We literally
Oh,
just been
you're right.
digging into
Upsetting to
Hogwarts.
me. It's more. It's more personally
Okay.
to me.
Oh, okay.
So I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, don't put that
Well,
out in the world.
but yeah, no. But yeah, if there's any of these topics you want to chime in on, because I started going on a rant about the whole Hogwarts Legacy and the whole LGBT thing. It's oh god, where did we start with that?
Well, yeah, but what I was gonna say to that was that, all right, now if you have the spells making imagery that's saying I hate or like putting some hateful things out into the world, okay, maybe there's a problem in the game. Like it's like maybe it might be, yes, if you are playing this game and enjoying this game where it's clear symbols of hate and discrimination and whatnot, there's a problem. You probably are someone who support these things.
Yeah, like if that stuff's in the game, then yeah, there's an issue. But that is not in the game. It's like all of those comments and stuff are J.K. Rowling specifically. It's like if you're gonna hate something, hate her. Don't hate the game or the game developers or the content creators that are wanting to stream a game that they really enjoyed.
And there's also this amazing thing of you don't have to watch it or play it.
That too. And
I have a theory. I actually have a theory about all this controversy. I think specifically towards streamers, like the bullying or whatever that's happening to streamers. I don't believe that that's like actually people who like care about like the transphobia and stuff that's in or that J.K. Rowling spouts or whatever. I think the people that are bullying streamers are more than likely trolls, or they're trying to make transgender people look bad by like I don't know, like it's
Or
a whole
they-
thing. If you like look on Twitter and stuff, like J.K. Rowling is always like, "Oh, you guys are burning me at the stake. This is literally like the witch trials." Or she acts like a victim for saying the stuff that she says. And so when, people on Twitter like call her out on it, she's like, "You guys are like bullying me, blah blah blah." And I feel like this is kind of the same situation where it's like so these people who are like going on and bullying streamers are probably like yeah, they're trying to just spread that like message across that transgender people are just bullies and they're mean, and it's like no, because I doubt they're the people that are going on these streams and like harassing these streamers.
I think
don't.
I think it's more just like people are seeing this as an opportunity to be negative, and are just going to their streams to be toxic, just because they see this as like
An opportunity.
an opportunity to just say whatever the heck they want, like just be as me as they can. And like I'm just gonna say, like anyone who's listening, it's like one thing I've been taught since I was a kid: if you have nothing nice to say, shut your mouth.
Keep it yourself. Don't need it out in the world. Ooh, here's a fun one. So everything's popping off with the AI nonsense, and people finding out there's they're being haunted. Would you like to see NPCs driven by AI for their dialogue? What would be potential upsides and downsides?
Downsides, all the NPCs are going to hate us because we murder a lot of them.
Hilarious. Facts, though. You're not lying.
Just see that going. I could see that going downhill really fast, just because, AI adopt obviously to what you tell them, and it always ends up really negative. Like how like every time they like test an AI, it gets racist, like almost immediately.
Yeah. Damn humans.
And also, I just think an AI lacks the human touch. Like you can tell when something is just like made with an AI.
in most cases, yeah. There have been some that it is really hard to tell. I don't know
So,
if
is there
this is
any
just there.
upsides that we can find for this? Because obviously it's easy to find the downsides,
Yeah,
but are there
downsides
any
are.
upsides though?
I mean, I do feel like AI will definitely help expand a lot of stuff, like when it comes to like either like, for example, game development, like with the whole NPC thing. It's like, I mean, honestly, it would be interesting to get like in a way like better responses from NPCs or like one AI that just pops into my head, which I don't know if this is gonna be a great example. The aliens from Alien Isolation.
Oh, your trauma
I
aliens?
know, I know what you're. Yeah, I
Yes.
know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, how it adapts to your gameplay.
Yeah, that thing adapts to your gameplay, and like, could you imagine like a more updated AI for that thing?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like I feel like for example, like horror games, like having a better AI would make it more terrifying and probably add a little more excitement to the games. I mean, to be fair, the alien from Alien Isolation was already terrifying. Especially, I I will always remember this moment. Basically, to see, as you know, the flamethrower is like the best thing against the
Against
alien,
the yeah.
and I had 20 fuel left, and for like enough like a second of a shot, it charged at me. I fired. I ran out. We both looked at the flamethrower, looked at each other, and I'm dead. Like it literally waited, looked at it, looked back at me. It's like, you're funny.
You thought it was gonna work again? That's
Yep. No,
funny. You're funny.
oh yeah, no, God, yeah, no that. So yeah, I feel like AI specifically in video games could definitely like expand the type of games we can get and like just the interactions in those games. So I would consider that an upside.
But in regards to dialogue, though, like NPC dialogue, uh, again, upside. I
Tell
said the
me, tell me to
downside
go to
was,
the Cloud District one more time.
um, yeah, I guess just varied responses would be the upside. But again, that can get a little messy the more that like, I don't know.
Now
I don't
we're
know.
not
AI is a
saying
little
full.
confusing.
We're not saying full reign adaptability, but like I would when I read that I was thinking more along the lines of like voice recognition AI style. Like when you call in and it
Oh, okay,
recognizes
okay,
certain
okay.
terms, and so like you just have more of a pool to work with based off of what
Okay.
you input, and then you get like a variety. So it's still, you're not so much so of the same stuff where it's like, yeah, I was like, say get to the Cloud District one more time. Instead, you'll get a little bit more, or being like, oh, something else about the city, and then of course it
Start
comes back to the main thing. But
start charging Foos for a dollar. Like just get to the Foos and everyone
and
ducks
they're
for
like, whoa,
cover.
whoa, whoa, yeah, just like, yeah, if like
Uh,
they hear certain things.
I don't know. This whole like AI dialogue thing could be totally be avoided if writers would just, pull a Hades and have like 20,000 lines of
Oh God.
or voice lines, yeah, dialogue options and stuff. I forget the exact number, but it's something crazy. Like an actual person sat down and wrote all of that
I,
dialogue.
I applaud that person. Like that is not easy.
Let's be real, they just need to talk to a toddler.
That too.
You would have enough to say, because they don't understand the concept of stop. So you
Shut
just
up.
ask a question and just let the faucet run. And then you piece together what you need to piece together, because, talking to a toddler is the greatest confusing thing you will ever do in your life. Because you get the gist of what they're trying to say, but you'll never know what they're fully saying.
Yeah, and they have no boundaries, so like they'll tell you literally anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are blunt.
Because we haven't gotten to them to put these boundaries on. It's like, no, because they have to learn that. So it's just free reign hilarity. So I feel like that would be one of the what I was saying. Ooh, here's one. Came from an hour ago. Which video game or games have the best lore?
Ooh. Okay.
Um, Dragon Age. That's a bias on my part. That's a
Yeah,
total
I
bias.
was going to say that's like one of your favorite theories.
Leah would be on your side though, for sure though. She also would think that.
It's so expansive, and there's so many different things to pick from it. That's like your favorite part of the lore. Like you could totally be like the kind of person that loves the mage versus like Templar whole debacle, and then within that, there's different like sides that you can pick from. Because I'm not saying that the everything is written perfectly, but there's so much going on within just one part of each of the segments of Dragon Age that I don't know. There's just a lot to enjoy.
I guess one game that has good lore, like even though we hate the gameplay, League of Legends, like League of Legends has good lore.
It does.
Obviously,
It's
When they-
unfortunately not recently because they kind of like scrapped the whole lore department. But like until like last year, like the lore of League of Legends is just great. It's like just being able to like read and listen to the stories of each region, especially when it comes to the freaking Shurima Dark and stuff. Like, good God.
Yeah. Again, not to say that it's perfect writing or anything,
Oh, no.
because they definitely do revisions on their stuff, or they forget things that have happened, with
Yeah.
the character before. But it's all very interesting, and just I love the individual stories of like each character, and
Like
there's
that's what
again so much to choose from.
yeah, like that's why I'm excited for the MMO because it's like they have the world, they have the lore. It's like they literally just have to put it into an MMO type game and we're set.
so side quest of what we're going to do now. We are going to make headcanon fill in the blank lore for League of Legends.
Oh God.
So like that like side rant I went on yesterday with Kinnan, being that it's like if it wasn't for the Kinku, that he would be an absolute villain.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's literally he's the essence of Volibear's power.
I was gonna say
Yordle.
I was gonna say it's like if he didn't end up being a ninja, he would just be a disciple of Volibear.
He would, because that like direct line, like high priest level, but like he's unhinged too, because again he's a Yordle. So when you live that long, you tend to lose your mind. And I remember AGS was saying that it would be more like a scenario with Vhagar, and him forgetting the fact that Vhagar is a murderer. He's killed people.
What?
Vhagar's
Yeah.
killed people.
He's so little.
Yeah, and he's
Oh.
nuked so
Probably
many
for
people.
calling him that.
Probably for saying exactly those words.
It's like, oh, you're so small. It's like,
He's
what'd you
just
say?
little baby. What do you mean?
He
Freaking
is
nuke 'em.
he how many, as far as I can remember, he has at least of a body count of at least like 10. Because he was just going around trying to make a name for himself. And so he was going to all these various villages and places who were under the control of like these barons and bandits or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he was going to them, and in an effort to be like, oh, I'm top dog, he killed all of the bandits and the leaders.
Like, he literally went to all these hamlets to show it's like, hey, I am a big bad. Unbeknownst to him, he was actually doing good stuff.
But because he wasn't, because they were like, oh, they were pretty shitty, you got rid of them, and they were like, okay, we're fine with a Yordle being in charge, instead of fearing him, the fact that he just murked the entire, like, army, for all intents and sakes, of people, he's like, well, fuck this, and left, and then went on to the next one. So he basically just freed a bunch of people, and since they didn't react the way he wanted, he said, screw you, and left. And then
Literally,
did it
I love
again.
that they're all Vygar apologists because he's simply a Yordle. That's so you, honestly.
So it's like, yeah, it was like, oh, tiny guy, like, because for the most part, most of Runeterra is like, it's just kind of a don't fuck with Yordles, and Yordles just exist. So they were like, yeah, we're fine with him being in charge. Cool.
Unless you're in Bilgewater, then you're just like, ooh, Yordle, they sell a lot.
Yeah, but then you're like twisted where it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's bad luck.
Yep, Twist is the brains of that operation.
He's like, I warned you. And yeah. And so it's like, yeah, he's a full-blooded killer. Like he killed people. Nars accidentally killed people.
Yeah.
Again, just a little guy. He didn't mean to do it.
I mean, he didn't.
Yes, he didn't mean to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Vagar
Why
meant to.
Yeah.
Before they retconned it, Teemo killed people.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah, he
I
has a face I still don't trust. He
like
really did.
I don't care if they try to retcon him, make him like the most adorable thing ever. Yeah, no, he's still a murderer. Look at those eyes.
Is
Can't see
like,
his eyes.
no, don't see, no, because the one time you can see his eyes, it is the most horrifying thing ever.
Yep.
Because he
Have
has.
you guys ever seen that meme? I haven't seen his eyes, but if I just had to guess, if you've ever seen that meme of Miley Cyrus on like a red carpet when she was like maybe 16 out now and her eyes are wide open and they're blue and it looks like she's like looking into your soul, that's what I imagine.
That's
Teemo
exactly
looks
what
like.
they are. Giant, soulless, blue eyes.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my god. Wild.
Hold on. Let me send it to you.
Please don't.
Yeah, because like you can see them in Super Teemo's.
Yeah. Yep. And Super Teemo, his skin, his eyes are open, and they are soulless blue eyes.
I can't believe I just. Wow.
Yep.
And this is what the others see.
Oh god. Yeah, it is.
Jesus.
It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, no, Satan. Yep, Satan Teemo.
Hold on, let me find the Miley Cyrus meme.
And this is why they keep this man's eyes closed. Or at least
Yep.
in Omega Squad, they're like through goggles, so he doesn't have pupils.
Yeah, you can't actually, you don't get direct eye contact. Let's see. I had gone through the whole lore there well to see how it looks up this stuff. I haven't really looked much into the full lore of it, but like, oh Jesus, yep, nope. Why does she look dead? But like the Dark Souls series and Elden Ring, like I looked into the lore of it and everything, and like
Oh god.
it's in
But yes, that's
it's
exactly that.
interesting.
Put a mask on it and shrink her. Yeah. Super Teemo.
Oh god, yeah, we don't need that.
Oh.
Wait.
Speaking of lore we really enjoy, Chris, how could we forget Kingdom Hearts?
Oh god,
The-
yeah, that
Definitely
rabbit hole.
not confusing, perfectly linear lore of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh geez, yeah, we need Sacred for that conversation.
Oh god.
It's trash. I will say the writing is all over the place, complete garbage, but it's my garbage, and I love it.
Like it's fun.
Obviously, my
It's
bias
fun.
is Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
Elder
it is
Scrolls.
a hot mess and a half with a side of nonsense.
All thanks to the Digital Princess.
And
I think,
they're the
like,
ones
a
who make
lot-
sense.
I think
They
you
make
can forgive
sense,
a
but
lot of
they also
things.
cause a lot of chaos.
I think you can forgive a lot of things with like just the fun factor alone. Like that excuses a lot.
Oh yeah.
But that's the only thing that allows it is the fun factor, because otherwise you would hate it. Let's see what else is on here, since we've gone so far south. That's fine. Oh, what video game is so bad it's good?
Oh.
Bad, it's good.
Uh.
That's how I felt about Overwatch for a while. Actually, no, I don't even want to say that. I think that was just me, like, really, I don't know, being a masochist. There was
Hmm.
nothing good about that game, actually. It was hot garbage, but I still played it.
Mm, I
Someone
don't
said
know.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's bullshit.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's my favorite edgelord right there. I love Shadow the Hedgehog. He had a gun.
He had a
He had
gun.
a gun.
Shadow the Hedgehog was such a fun game. It was not trash.
Oh god. Two
Like
types of people.
I enjoy that game. What the fuck?
Oh my
Um.
god, people might, speaking of Sonic and Shadow, um was it Sonic Adventure 2? Was that the one that people just absolutely hated? Like, it's not even so bad it's good, it's just straight up
Um.
bad.
I think so. I think it was that one.
Though it's the one with Silver, right? And you have to
Oh.
like fight him and it bugs out.
Yeah. I think that was Adventure 2. Was it two or three? I forgot.
See, so since we're on the topic, so what was your lineup for the Sonic characters? Like who was number one, two, so on and so forth. And you don't have to get
For which
so
game?
far for in just the Sonic universe.
Just characters in general.
So just
Big the
Sonic
Cat.
universe. You don't have to go super deep with like Toad's family kind of thing.
That's Mario.
But I meant like how like that like if you keep going too
Uh,
deep, don't go like that. Don't go like Toad's
Yeah, okay.
family like deep.
Yeah, I don't need to list off a bunch of mushrooms.
I love Big the Cat. That's my favorite Sonic character.
Oh, you don't like the frog?
I hate frogs, even that one.
Awful froggy. Oh god. I mean, I don't. It's kind of a basic answer if I just say Sonic.
So what?
Yeah,
What's
I'm
wrong
just
with
gonna.
being basic?
Yeah, we know you're a basic bitch. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to say number one is Sonic and number two is Shadow. Um, and probably Knuckles is number three. If I
Okay,
went to
okay.
my top three.
Big the Cat, Rouge the Bat,
Sonic.
and ooh, mm, I don't know. It's a tough pick. It's either between Shadow and Knuckles. I'm gonna go with Knuckles, third favorite.
So Shadow number one for me. Silver with Knuckles at two. Then Tails and Sonic at three.
Tails.
You gotta have the genius and his boy. Those two are like inseparable. A very close fourth is Rouge, and then as far as you could put her in the ground, Amy.
Damn.
Okay, she's worse than Sakura. I don't know why they wrote that character to be so clingy, so obsessive, so narcissistic, and then hide it under the guise of niceness.
Yeah. Where would you rank cream and cheese?
They must be protected at all times.
Yes. Thank you.
They're cute. Yeah, they're cute.
Also, cheese is like, isn't cheese like part of the beings that like were with chaos? Like they need to. Like they're literally what's left to control the world from going boom. They're our last line of defense.
Yeah. Ooh. One game that I don't know if it could be. Well, I mean, I kind of considered it. That's bad as good. Ghost Simulator.
That was someone put that in the comments on this thread.
Thank you. I'm not alone. Yeah, it's like God, how like. Wow, I just put 10 hours into that game. Yeah, it's like there isn't that much to do in the game, but just like the stupid stuff you can do in there, like it definitely keeps your attention for a while. And the fact that they came out with the Ghost Simulator 3, like that still baffles me.
Someone said Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Oh,
That's
I
not
haven't.
so bad. It's good. That one is straight up just good. I think that one just is. It's a solid
You,
game.
I mean, you're also obsessed with Glamrock Freddy.
I love all of them.
Like I have not played it, or I've only seen clips. I haven't actually watched gameplay of it. Um, I remember when it came out, it was a bit buggy. But then again, what game isn't buggy these days? Which is kind of upsetting to say. But yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, like I probably wouldn't put it in the so bad it's good category. I'd probably just say it's like neutral.
Now, someone said
It's my
Skate 3. And
That
any
game is
Roblox game.
okay. So I'm
Roblox.
a
I say
purist.
Roblox.
I'm a purist when it comes to my skateboarding games. I like my Tony Hawk games. I tried playing Skate. I
Uh,
I did not enjoy it. Especially for I think it was the Wii where you got like the board that like looked like a skateboard and you had to like ride on it or whatever. I hated that. It was a really hard game to play. Um but Tony Hawk forever.
speaking of Tony Hawk games, did you play Tony Hawk's Underground 2?
Yes.
Like that is probably hands down my favorite one of
Yeah, it's the
those games.
I think it's the best one out of all of them. Yeah.
So the final level, Brandon, I don't think you have. Did you play Underground 2?
Nope.
Okay. Basically spoilers. The final level in Underground 2, you basically have to like the final mission you have to do is rail grind from the top of a mountain to the bottom without falling off, which at that point in the game you think
You
it'd be
should be
easy.
able to do it,
You
right?
should be. But for some reason they made it such a pain to do for no reason. God, I forget how many times I failed trying to get down that mountain. But like just overall going to like different countries and like doing like the various things, Barcelona releasing the bowl, Mardi Gras, that stuff. Specifically releasing the spirits of the undead that possess all the people in the city. That was something.
That shouldn't
Oh
be legal.
my, I just remembered another game. Another game that's so bad it's good. I only played the first two. I don't know if they released a third game. Blood Rain, the Blood Rain series. Oh my god. Basically, you're a vampire. No, you're not a vampire. You're a dhampir, which means you're half vampire, half human. And she slays quite literally and figuratively. Love her. If you've never looked up anything about Blood Rain, you should definitely watch gameplay. Or
Yeah, I
just
can
like
say I
watch
haven't heard of the
the
series.
yeah, watch the not gameplay like clips, but
Game theory.
cutscenes. It's that was my like teenage years right there. Early teenage years was Blood Rain.
I finally found it. Someone put it. League of Legends.
Yep.
Obviously, it was rough here. All right, let's see here. Let's see
Like
if we find
it,
one more good one.
like it is kind of upsetting because like while you're looking for your next one, like League of Legends, like in its current state, it is not it is trash. But because like when I started, it was like the end of season 3, going into season 4. Like at that point, up until God, I'd probably say either season 8 or 9. Like at that point, like that was when the game was fun because you can literally like ranked games actually made sense. Like you literally everyone knew what they needed to do. They didn't play any kind of bullshit. But if you were in like blind or draft, you could learn. People would just go whatever they wanted and knew to have fun. But it's like at some point, I forget. I don't know what season, but it's like the mentality of people who play League completely changed from like for the norm games from hey just we're here to have fun to I'm just here to kick everyone's ass, and if I don't get my way I'm gonna rage like a little baby. But yeah,
Facts,
so
facts,
yeah.
facts. All right. So to round this out, I got one for you. Got
Oh
it.
dear.
You're gonna have to dig deep for this one. Really think about it.
So I'm going to have to use my brain.
Yes.
Damn.
What game did you unexpectedly enjoy?
Unexpectedly enjoy.
Like, you saw something about it, and that's what made you get it, but you didn't really have too high of hopes for it, but once you got to it, you were like, oh, I like this a lot.
Two
Genshin
coming to
Impact.
mind. I
didn't
can
think-
that's fair.
I didn't think Genshin Impact was gonna be my type of game, specifically because like it just looked so anime, and I was like, I'd never played like JRPGs and stuff. That's kind of what I thought it was gonna be like,
Nope.
based off like Honkai and stuff. And now I'm
Nothing close.
currently playing it right now. So
And now
Yeah.
she's currently obsessed. Sticking
Yeah,
to what
Stars.
she says. Love it.
Yeah, Star Rail's gonna be more like a JRPG, which I'm kind of looking forward to. 'Cause it's gonna be turn-based and stuff. But the two games that come to mind that I don't know if they count because they were gifted to me when I was young was it was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, and I think it was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Ooh.
oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah,
Throwback.
that's a classic.
Throwback.
Yeah,
oh, you
like,
actually. Oh, go
Oh.
ahead.
and I was just gonna say it's like those are like because obviously I forget how young I was at the time, but like I was like at the point dabbling in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I mean obviously every kid at the time knew SpongeBob, but it's like when I started out the games, like I had no idea what to expect, especially with Capsule Monster, because with Capsule Monsters, it's not standard Yu-Gi-Oh. It's literally you have monsters in basically eggs. It's almost like playing chess with Yu-Gi-Oh monsters, and you have to understand attributes and all that to basically win. So it's like, as a kid, I'm just like, I don't think I like this, but playing for a little while, it actually became probably one of my favorite games as a kid.
And was
And
this
then
when
Spon-
your obsession with Yu-Gi-Oh came to be?
I had this was at the point where I was like starting to like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like this is when like kids would be like on the playground, literally like sharing their card, like showing off their cards, trading, dueling, and obviously none of us knew how to duel. But I mean, also that's what made Yu-Gi-Oh fun at the time. Now it's just a headache. But it definitely contributed because it was a fun game. And we all know about Bikini Bottom. That was a game.
They need to do. Have they done a remaster on Bikini Bottom?
I thought they did. Let me see.
I thought they did too. I'm looking it up
Possibly.
right now.
But my
It's
candidate
called
for this,
Rehydrated.
yes,
Gotcha.
Red Steel 2.
That's still two.
It was a sequel on the Wii. Had no
Oh, gee.
business being this fun at all. You're an
That's literally
outlaw
every Wii game.
with
Yeah,
a
should be this
katana
fun.
and a 6-shooter.
Oh, jeez.
And since it was the
This
Wii,
looks
you
dope.
actually would swing. You actually could swing the sword around to like accurately fight, like and parry and stuff like that, and then switch to the gun and aim and just let loose.
I think I need to find this game somewhere because I still have my Wii, and this
That-
looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was-
like
It was so
That-
much fun.
like that made me think of Bleach Shattered Blade for the Wii. Like, did you ever play that?
Oh no, shoot. I didn't. Let's see. I didn't even start Bleach until. Fuck, how. Man. How old was I? I'm old.
See, when did this game come out? Wow. Came out in 2007.
Yeah,
Jesus.
2007, I was in high school.
What? You
Yeah,
are
remember-
old.
I remember he's a couple years older than us.
Not just a couple,
Yeah. I think I'm a couple of you.
couple of decades. No.
No, not that bad. You ain't that young. Calm yourself. You
Hey,
make
apparently I
She,
am.
she,
'Cause-
she's trying to make herself feel better.
no, I got carded when I went to go see God, what movie? A few months ago, I went to go see The Menu, which is I think is rated R or something. And the lady carded me. She was like, "You don't look like you're over 18." I was like, "Ma'am, I am almost 27."
You're
I would've
also
taken that as a
tiny.
compliment. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm also
Just a
your
quiet, yeah.
stature.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that big thing of, you know, you've taken care of yourself up to this point and you're small. So yes.
Use
Yeah.
sunscreen, SPF 30 every day, baby. And then retinol at night.
Retinol at night for the sunbeams. Oh god. So yeah, if that came, yeah, that's around the time that I would have actually been Bleach, and I think at that point I had went to my I think a PlayStation. No, crap, I don't remember the process of consoles for me anymore.
Yeah, my process was all over the place.
Because I don't remember when I got my PS4, because it was late. And I had my Wii for like the longest. I still have it. It's somewhere around here.
I have just my Wii.
Because it was my PS2
PS3?
traded into my Wii, and then eventually I got the 360, and then I got my PS4, and then I got new Xbox. So somewhere along those lines, something like that. So yeah, no. The moral of that tangent is that no, I did not play that game because I barely have just started knowing about Bleach at the time.
That's fair. But yeah, it's like the reason why I was throwing into this category was the fact that like the combat of the game was not like when you first start it, you don't think it's going to be the greatest because like it's obviously on the Wii, but honestly it's just mindless fun, especially when you use Tensuzan Getsu and just go crazy with the Wii remote and the blade is just going like
Super
a million miles an hour. Yeah, it is hilarious to watch.
I think that was with like anything that allowed you to wield the weapon of you just spamming it. One, because of the desync with the sensor.
Oh god.
And
yeah.
so like you would be swinging it and then it would like you would go out of the boundary and then it would catch back up, and so but it would still stick you where you would have been when you came back into radar. It was freaking crazy. But yeah, no, the Wii is also proof of my reign of my Call of Duty empire that I built, because that started on the Wii.
The fact that you play that on the Wii.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you know
that's
I was
insane.
dangerous. If I'm killing people with that low of FPS and graphics, I upgraded, man. I could see the future.
How close do you think to that is my playing League of Legends on a shitty laptop with a trackpad?
I feel okay.
Me when I was on my laptop with 4 gigabytes.
God, I wanted to strangle that computer.
That was wild. See, with that one, Jacita, that one was just, you had no other choice because that's the only computer you had. With Infernal, it was like, okay, he could have just not played until he had a mouse again, but he chose violence and did it with a trackpad. So that's a different level of disrespect. They made the game for the Wii, so I was just joining the bandwagon. So that's on a different ladder entirely.
One wakes up and chooses violence.
No, you didn't choose violence. You woke up in violence.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, that was...
It was college, so yes, it was violence.
So, that was that. But with that, that wraps us up. We are
Wait,
at an
wait,
hour.
wait,
Oh,
Final thoughts.
wait. I got one more game. One more game that's like it
make
was
it a good one.
very good. You could say it was deceptively fun. Mortal Kombat Deception. I hate fighting games for the most part. They're not my thing. I do rage quit when I play against like other people and it's not a computer. So growing up as a kid with like older cousins and stuff that were really mean, I just hated Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all those games. Well, I had like a trio pack of like the old Mortal Kombat games for PlayStation 2, and I wasn't playing against anybody. I was just playing against, the computer that was in the game or whatever. And they had a story mode in Mortal Kombat Deception. Super fun. Essentially, you're just this like blank slate of a character, and he has this power, or he gains this power where he can copy other characters' moves, and you like fight against them or whatever. And you go to different realms. So each realm has like a different set of like characters. So like Earth Realm had like Bo Raicho and Sub Zero, and then I think like the Chaos Realm had like Scorpion maybe or something like that. And yeah, that was just a lot of fun. That was the best Mortal Kombat game in my opinion, and the only no, not the only Mortal Kombat game I've played, but definitely the one I've enjoyed the most.
I'm glad that you had this joy because MK is life. But I'm glad that you understood that you weren't missing out on something. I'm glad. I'm happy for you that you have this memory as core locked in.
All right, now you can wrap it up. I'm done on my Mortal
Oh,
Kombat
thanks for the permission. I love it. Here for it. So that wraps us up with what was episode 6. If you made it this far, great. We love it. Hope you've had fun up to this point. Hope your week is, better or, bearable now that you've gone through this hour with our nonsense. If you picked up here, go back. There's 5 more plus an intro story. So go check that out. We have our Reddit page for our polls, and you can also DM me as well. Both will be in the description. Until episode 7, we will see you then.
See ya.